What's good, Bills Mafia? Bills win 31-10 over the Los Angeles Rams on their banner night in their stadium. The Bills are for real, so let's talk about it. I just want to say, if you watch my prediction video, my pregame predictions, you will know that I have predicted the score right. I guess 31-20, it's 31-10, so I get brownie points for that one. So on the first drive of the game, the Bills are running, dinking, and dunking down the field, and then all of a sudden, play action, bomb to Gabe Davis, touchdown Bills. What better way to start the season than to continue from where you left off, just throwing bombs to Gabe Davis. You'll love to see it. One thing I did notice on this first drive and throughout the game is that you see a lot of different formations that we're not used to seeing with the Bills. You got two running backs in the backfield, different tight end sets. It's really nice to see something that's not just this plain vanilla offense. And after the Bills scored, the Los Angeles Rams come out to try to respond, but the former Ram, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, Von Miller, baby, he gets the sack on second down to help the Bills force the punt. And now they get the ball back. On the next drive, Allen is 10 for 10, career high. He's wheeling and dealing. He throws to McKenzie, and it's cut. Oh my God. You know, it'd be nice if interceptions like this didn't count towards the quarterback's interceptions, because that is 110% on McKenzie, and in this game, that wasn't the only time it happened. Lucky for Allen and the Bills, though, we've got one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the league, and they force a 3-and-out and give the ball back to the Bills. The next drive would be short-lived, though, as James Cook gets his first NFL touch, and he fumbles. He fumbles the ball on his first NFL touch. Are you serious? That is not the first impression you want to make with McDermott, with Bean, this coaching staff, this team. If we're going to make the Super Bowl and win the whole damn thing, we cannot have little mistakes like this. But it is better to get it out of the way early and now and work on those bumps now, rather than in the playoffs when it matters most. Once again, the Bills have one of the best defenses in the NFL. I did not need to remind you of that. And they force a Stafford interception. Dane Jackson, the cornerback one, while Trey White is out, gets the pick, and the Bills have the ball back on offense. To be honest, I'm quite surprised of how well the secondary performed without Trey White. Although we still got Poyer and Hyde, two all-pros, starting a guy who doesn't really have much NFL experience, and rookies, Kyer Elam and Christian Benford, they performed really well. Only rushing 4 on the D-line definitely helped those corners out, because when you have to drop 6 or 5, it puts a lot more stress on those guys to make the right play. But the Bills never needed to do that. They only rushed 4 all game because the Rams ran 11 personnel. I still think the Rams are the best team in their division. I think they'll win the division. They're going to make the playoffs, but will they repeat? It doesn't really look like it. On the next drive, the Bills go 8 plays, and they only get a field goal out of it, which really sucks. You want as many points as you can on every single drive, but you're not going to have the perfect game every game. Unless you're playing New England, of course, because the Patriots suck. On the Rams' next drive, there's no mistakes for them. They go 11 plays for a touchdown to Cooper Kupp. Who else? Wide open in the back of the end zone, he catches it, and now it's a 10-7 game. Now the Bills get the ball back, and they need to extend their lead. However, that would not be the case, because once again, receiver has butterfingers, or whatever the hell happened. I believe it was Jameson Crowder, drops it right into the breadbasket of the defender. They pick it off. Third turnover of the game. Third turnover of the first half. In the long term, you cannot have this many turnovers, and as a fan, it's just frustrating to watch give away these perfect scoring opportunities. I mean, happens every game. It just happened in the Denver game. They fumbled twice on the goal line. The Rams will go into 2-minute offense after that. They kick a field goal to tie the game, and now we're in halftime, 10-10. Little did the Rams know, though, that might be their last points of the game. Coming out in the second half, the Bills' defense has to perform. They have to come up clutch. Granted, they played great in the first half, don't get me wrong, but to win this game, it's a close one at this moment, and you need the best performance out of your best guys, Poyer, Hyde, Vaughn. And that performance, they got. After the defense forced a 3-and-out, the Bills offense have a perfect opportunity to take a stranglehold on this game by taking the lead. And after dinking and dunking down the field with runs with Singletary, scrambles with Allen, they're in the red zone. Allen's looking. He throws a slant to McKenzie, and it's a touchdown for the Bills. The Bills offense has struggled in the red zone in the past, but not today. Allen finds McKenzie on the slant route for a touchdown. And a little cool thing, I don't know if you saw it, if you were on social media, you might have. After McKenzie scored the touchdown, he's screaming in the camera, announcing his sister sister's baby's gender reveal, which is really awesome to see. It was such a cool moment, and I'm just really happy for Mackenzie's sister and the entire Mackenzie family. Congratulations, guys. On the Rams' next drive, the Bills are going to end up forcing a punt, in part due to another second down sack by none other than Von Miller. Some might have said Von lost the juice. He was getting old. He's aging. Which is true. He is getting older. But man, he has still got it. He is so good. One thing I think is helping him stay fresh is the Bills' rotational defensive line. He only played, I believe, 52% of snaps in the game. And he still had 2 sacks. That's nuts. Having Von in that rotational defensive line will be beneficial for the Bills in the long run of this season, the long run of his contract, and just having Von really helps those young guys get better. It takes away double teams from Ed Oliver, Groot. You know, I'm still shocked Von Miller's a Buffalo Bill. He's going to make this team so good, and hopefully it can finally help us get over the hump of Kansas City. And after the Rams punt, the Bills get the ball back once again, and this time they don't waste it. They go 13 plays dinking and dunking over Jalen Ramsey's head. Did anyone see the clip of where Josh Allen dragged his literal balls across Ramsey's face? Now, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I don't care. I'm just going to say it is because it makes it 10 times funnier. On top of that, you know they have the history. Allen getting called trash by Ramsey. It just fits the narrative. It fits the story. So we're just going to roll with it. And after the Bills march their way down the field, Allen scrambles and looks like he's going to be short, and he posterized the defender. Like basketball dunked his ass. How many quarterbacks are doing that? Only Josh Allen, and Josh Allen plays for the Buffalo Bills. We are so lucky to have this man as our franchise quarterback. Granted, you don't want him doing that too much because you also don't want him getting hurt, but man, as a fan, I love watching that. Hope he doesn't get hurt, because Josh, we need you. Please don't do something stupid. Now trailing 24-10, the Rams need an answer, and they need it now, but they're not gonna get it as Stafford throws another interception, this time to Jordan Poyer. The all-pro safety, J-Po, gets the pick, and the Bills got the ball back. And it wouldn't take the Bills long to capitalize on this chance, as it's 2 plays, goes nowhere. It's 3rd and 4, and Allen bombs it to Stephon Diggs over Jalen Ramsey's head once again, and it's another Bills touchdown. 31-10 Bills. Ramsey did not have his best game as a pro. In fact, it might have been one of his worst games ever. He gave up a perfect passer rating in this game, which is not something you'll see often from him, because as much as we like to hate him because he said mean things about our guy Josh, he's still one of the best corners in the league, if not the best. But even the best players have bad games. Like, even Allen has bad games. Diggs will have bad games. It happens. They're people, too, you know? Once again, the Rams are down 3 scores, and they need an answer, and they're not going to get it if Stafford throws his 3rd interception of the game. Rams fans, if you are watching this, I want to know, how concerned are you about Stafford's elbow? Because he was wearing the brace on his arm. Well, not really a brace, but like a sleeve. It looks like it could be a problem. Along with that O-line, is it cause for concern yet, is what I'm trying to ask. Are you worried? When is it time to be worried? Next drive for the Bills, you're just trying to close out the game, and they fumble. Zach Moss gives the ball away, and I really hope this week in practice, the Bills are doing lots of ball security drills, because you cannot, this many fumbles is just too much. One is too many. One interception is too many. They need to put them on the jug machines too. So the Rams get the ball back, and they're driving, and turnover on downs. And that's the end of the game. Bills run out the clock, and that's it. Bills win 31-10. One thing I want to mention too is Tyler Bass, the kickoff out of bounds. How often do you see that in this league? I feel like that's something that only happens when I'm playing Madden, when I start lagging and it just, and I click the wrong button and it just kicks it out of bounds. I'm sure it's a one-time thing, and if it happens again, you might have to start raising some concerns with Tyler Bass. And also, the Bills didn't punt again in this game. In their last 6 games, they've only punted against the Jets, where they were resting starters, and in the Chiefs divisional playoff game, were 13 seconds. God, I want my revenge. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave your thoughts about the game in the comments down below, whether you're a Bills fan or a Rams fan. And on your way out, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. And as always, let's go Buffalo!